Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. When you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Next, we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And let's begin by stretching up high to the sky, high as we can. And then go back down to touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. Wave side to side. And then back down to touch our toes once more. Now stand up straight, guys. Hands on hips. And let's have a wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. And then another wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now we can go round and round. Round and round. Stop. And then back the other way. Round and round the other way. And stop. Now let's have a shake, guys. Arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So who can tell me what part of math we were learning about in our previous lesson? Comparing fractions. Yes, we've been doing a lot of work with fractions recently. And in the last class, we learned how to compare fractions. So first of all, let's write the phrase comparing. O-M-P-A-R-I-N-G. Comparing fractions. Excellent, guys. So all together, comparing fractions. And remember, when it comes to comparing things, such as fractions, there are 3 symbols that we use that are very important. The first symbol we can use is this. What does this symbol mean? Anybody remember? More than. Greater or more than. Yes, it's the same thing. M-O-R-E-A-N. More than. If something is greater or a bigger number, we use the symbol for more than. But then the opposite, we have
Less than.
less than. So notice more than is the arrow to the right, less than is the arrow to the left. T-H-A-N. And then there's one more symbol, equal to. If the two things that we are comparing are the same amount or the same value, we use the equal symbol. Equal, E-Q-U-A-L, and then 2. So altogether, guys, more than, less than, equal to. Yes, and what we're going to do now as a recap exercise is I will write some fractions on the board and then have a student come forward and compare them according to the correct symbol. And remember, when we're comparing fractions, it's always a good idea to draw the diagram too, so we can see visually which is more than, which is less than, or if they are equal. So let's see, we need 2 fractions first. So the first one, 3 over 4, is, let's see, 1 over 2. So what we need to do is to compare these 2 fractions now. And I will choose a student to come forward and correctly designate how to do this. So let's see, guys, who would like to do it first? Who have we got first? Let's see. I know. First is Nadia. Nadia, come and join me at the front of class, please. So our 2 fractions, once more, 3 over 4. 3/4, 1 over 2, 1/2. Okay, so to help us decide which is more than or less than, we can draw the actual fractions. So Nadia, let's have a circle here. And remember to look at our denominator. How many parts to our circle? 4 parts. So Nadia, can you put it into 4? And then the numerator, how many parts in blue? 3. Okay, so Nadia, colour 3 parts in blue. Excellent. Now we do the same for the second fraction. So this time we need a circle with how many parts? 2. So Nadia, our second circle has 2 parts. And how many parts in blue? 1. Okay. So let's look at the 2 diagrams. 3/4 is, what do we think? More than. You can see there are more parts of the circle shaded blue than there are in this one. So we can use the symbol for more than. So Nadia, you can put it in there. And we can say together, 3/4 is more than 1/2. Yes, 3 over 4 is more than 1 over 2. Nadia, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. Okay, so let's do another one now. But first, I need to clean the board. Okay, so this time, guys, we have 3 over 8 and 3 over 4. 3/8 and 3/4. So now, let's see which student can demonstrate the ordering of these 2 fractions. So let's see who can go next. And now, it's Pat's turn. Pat has the pen. So Pat, come and join me at the front of class, please. So our first circle needs how many parts? 8 parts. So Pat, can you do a circle with 8 parts? Okay, and then cut it into 8 parts. 2, 4, 6, 8. Excellent. Now, how many parts of our circle need to be in blue? 3 parts. Okay, so now 3 parts in blue, please, Pat. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now, for our second circle, how many parts? So we need 4 parts. So can you do this next circle in 4 parts, Pat? 4. And this time, how many parts in blue? Okay, so colour 3 parts in blue. Excellent. So now, guys, let's take a look at both circles. Which circle has the most blue? Not equal. Really? Yeah. Less than. Look at the amount of blue in the 2 circles. This one has blue across 3/4. Here is less than half. So what do we think about 3/8? Is less than. So we can use the symbol for less than. Well done, Pat. So together, guys, we can say 3/8 is less than 3/4. By doing the diagram and looking at the shades or the colours, it helps us decide. Pat, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Pat, please, guys. And we're going to do one more together before we move on with today's lesson. Okay, so this time we will use what do we have, guys? 5/10, or how about 4/8? Okay. So now we need one more student to come forward and work out these fractions. And now it is time for Pak Bung to come and join me. So Pak Bung, come and join me, please. So first of all, we need a circle with how many parts? 10. Okay, so Pak Bung, can you draw a circle with 10 parts? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, how many parts do we need in blue? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Now on to our second circle. Needs how many parts? The denominator? 8. So second circle with 8 parts. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and this time, how many in blue? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, guys. Okay, so now take a close look at both circles. 5/10 and 4/8. What do we think, guys? Equal to, yes. You can see that both circles are coloured in half. And Pak Bung has already drawn a symbol. So altogether, 5/10 is equal to 4/8. Because remember equivalent fractions, this is 1/2. And this is also 1/2. So they are equal to. Pak Bung, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. So that was a recap of the previous lesson. Now what we're going to look at today is how to put fractions into order. And in today's lesson, there are 2 particular words we need to remember. The first word, ascending. Yes, what that means, ascending means going up. So we would put them into order of smallest to biggest. And the second word, descending. And descending is the opposite. Descending means from biggest to smallest. Because what we're going to look at today is how to look at different fractions and then put them into either ascending or descending order. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, guys, because we have a PowerPoint presentation to watch. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about ordering fractions. Yes. And what can you see a picture of here, guys? Cake. Yes. There are two parts to the cake. The first part, 1/4, or 1/4. But the next part is 1/2, or 1/2. Now, which part of the cake is smaller? 1/4. Which part of the cake is bigger? 1/2. So if we were to put them into ascending order, going up, we would say 1/4, 1/2. Because quarter is smaller than half. But if we were to do it the other way, descending, going down, we would start with the biggest, 1/2, and then the smallest, 1/4. And this is how we order fractions. This fraction represents 2/8, or 1/4. Yes, you can see 1/4 of the circle is shaded green. This fraction represents 4/8, or 1/2. Yes, you can see in this diagram exactly half of the circle is shaded green. And this fraction represents 6/8, or 3/4. Because you can see now 3/4 of the circle is shaded green. If we put them into ascending order, they will be ordered 2/8, 4/8, 6/8. You see, we start with the smallest here, only 2 parts. Then the next one, the next biggest, 4 parts. And finally, the biggest, 6 parts. This is what we call ascending order, going up. But then, if we put them into descending order, they will be ordered 6/8, 4/8, 2/8. You see, descending is going the other way. We start with the biggest and then work our way down. Ascending, smallest to biggest. Descending, biggest to smallest. This fraction represents 5/10, or 5/10, which is exactly 1/2. You can see 1/2 of the circle green. This fraction represents 3/10, or 3/10. Yes. And then this fraction represents 7/10, or 7/10. Okay. Now look closely, guys. If we want to put them into ascending order, smallest to biggest, what's the first one we do? 3/10. Excellent. That's our smallest one. Then, what's our next biggest? 5/10. And then finally, the biggest one,
7/10.
7/10. Excellent, guys. Well done. You see, ascending order going up. 3/10, 5/10, 7/10. And remember, like previous lessons, when you come to do them yourself, always do the diagram, because you can tell best by looking how much of the circle is coloured. But how do we put them into descending order? Biggest to smallest.
7/10 and 5/10 and 3/10.
Excellent, guys. Perfect. Very well understood. You see, descending is the opposite. So if we do descending, it goes in the other direction. 7/10, 5/10, 3/10. And this is what it means putting fractions into order. Ascending, going up. Descending, going down. Any questions, guys? That was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation about comparing fractions. And remember the two ways to do it. Ascending goes from smallest to biggest. But the opposite way, descending, goes from biggest to smallest. So remember that when it comes to working them out for yourselves. And now we have our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs, guys. And we'll begin with some rotations. So we'll go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. Now we'll do some stretches. Let's do 5 to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Now let's have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Now we'll take our right hand and we'll touch our left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And then one more, guys. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Very good. And to finish this time, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So now we're going to do a board demonstration to help our students understand and work out comparing fractions. So let's write that. Oh, sorry. Ordering fractions. Today, we're looking at ordering fractions. So let's write that phrase on the board. O, R, D, E, R, I, N, G. Ordering. And fractions, F, R, A, C, T, I, O, N, S. So all together, ordering fractions. Okay, and remember our 2 different ways of ordering fractions. The first way is to do going up. Now, who can remember? What's the word we use for going up? Remember? Ascending. Excellent, Prayer. Well done. A, S, C, E, N, D, I, N, G. And then the opposite way Going down. Descending. D, E, S, C, E, N, T, I, N, G. So the first way, going up, ascending. The second way, going down, descending. Okay, so what we need now is a few fractions on the board before a student comes forward and puts them in the correct order. So first of all, we will have 1/4. 3/4. And then we will have 1/2. So we've got our three fractions now. What we need is our student to demonstrate how to put them into the correct order. And our first student will be Prau. So Prau can come and join me at the front of class. So first of all, we have 1/4, 3/4, 1/2. And what I'd like Prau to do is to put them into ascending order. So the first thing we need to do, let's draw our circles so we can tell which are the smallest and which are the biggest. So our first circle needs how many parts? 4. How many in blue? 1. That's 1/4. Our second circle, 4 parts. How many in blue? 3. Yes. And then our final circle, how many parts? 2. How many in blue? 1. Okay, so we're going in ascending order from smallest to biggest. So which do we think is the smallest fraction, guys? Which has the least amount of blue? 1/4. So we can write 1/4 again here, because that's in the correct place. But after 1/4, which is the next biggest? 1/2. And finally, the biggest, 3/4. So you see, Prau has correctly demonstrated how to order the fractions into ascending order. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. And you see how much easier it is if we design our circles and colour them. Then we can tell visually. Prau, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Prau, please, guys. So now we'll do it again with another student. But first of all, I need to clean the board. Now we need 3 more fractions. 2/8. 1/3. And this time, 8/10. So let's write them together. 2/8, 1/3, 8/10. So now I need a student to show how to put these into the correct order. And this time we will use Bangpon. So Bangpon, come and join me at the front of class. And this time I would like Bangpon to demonstrate how to put them into descending order, which means the largest working our way down to the smallest. Well, first of all, let's do our circles, Bangpon. So how many parts for our first circle? 8, yes. So that's our circle. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Excellent. Now how many parts in blue? 2. So we need 2 parts in blue. 1, 2. Excellent, Bangpon. Now onto our next circle. How many parts for our next circle? 1/3. So we need 3 parts. And how many parts in 1. Yes. And then finally, our third circle, 8 over 10. So this circle needs 10 parts. 8, and then one more, 4, 10. Excellent, bang pun. And this time, we need 8 parts in blue. So you can colour 8 different parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now we're ready to tell and put them in the correct order. So descending means descending means biggest to smallest. So which has the most blue in the circle? What's the biggest fraction? 8 over 10. Look at this circle here, look at the amount of blue. So we can write 8 over 10 first as the biggest fraction. So bang on, we can write 8 over 10. Excellent. Now guys, look closely because these are quite similar. What do we think is the next biggest? 2 over 8 or 1 over 3? 1 over 3. How many times does 2 go into 8? 4. How many times does 1 go into 3? 3. So the least number is actually the largest fraction. So next we have 1 over 3. It's in its correct place. So bang on, you can write again. 1 over 3. Excellent. And then we now know which is our our smallest fraction. 2 over 8. 2 over 8. And this is how we sort different fractions into descending order. One more time, guys. 8 over 10, 1 over 3, and 2 over 8. Bang pon, that was excellent. High five, big round of applause for bang pon, please, guys. And now it's time for our worksheet activity part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your class gets their own worksheet. And what we're asking our students to do today is look at the different fractions in each question and then put them into the correct order. The first 3 questions, we're asking for ascending order, smallest to biggest. But then 4, 5, and 6, we want to see descending order, biggest to smallest. And remember, guys, it's a good idea to draw your fractions too and shade them, because that way you can tell which are smallest and which are biggest. So give our students around 15 minutes for this activity. And what's the first thing to do, guys? Names on top. And teachers, monitor the class, help students with anything they need. So lakgau for you. You're welcome. Plow for you.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Down, here's yours. You're welcome. Q for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nadia, here's yours. You're welcome. Pat for you. You're welcome. Pakbung, you're welcome. And Net for you. So names on top first, guys. And it'll be a good idea if we do the first one together. So who can tell me the fractions for question number 1? What do we have first? Ascending order, and our fractions are 3 over 4. What's our next one, guys? 1 over 2. 1 over 4. Okay. So what we'll do, we need 3 circles. Ascending order, remember, means going up. So we start with the smallest first. So 3 over 4, 4 parts, 3 coloured, looks like this. And then 1 over 2, our circle needs 2 parts and 1 part coloured. And then 1 over 4. Okay, guys, so have a look at the board. Which is the smallest one? Which circle has the least amount of blue? Correct. You see, the blue here is the least. So we start with the smallest, 1 over 4. But then after 1 over 4, which is the next biggest? 1 over 2. And finally, we now know which is the largest fraction. 3 over 4. So there you go, guys. That's how to order your fractions. And this time we've done it in ascending order. Always a good idea to draw the diagrams first, because it's a lot easier to tell by looking at the colour or the shade. And if you need help with any others, guys, please let me know. So net number 1, what do you think? Ascending order means going up. Bang on. Ascending order for number 1. Can you put them? The first 3 are ascending order. Chew. Ascending order for numbers 1, 2, and 3. And then descending for 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Okay, so ascending order, we start with the smallest, 4 over 4 is the biggest. You see, it's completely in colour. So we start with the smallest. What do we think?
1 over 3.
1 over 3 is correct. Excellent, bank one. Over 10. Perfect, well done, Brel. So you see, even using different denominators, we can still work out which is the largest and which is the smallest. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to order the different fractions into the correct sequence depending on ascending, going up, or descending, going down. And my students here all did a brilliant job, understand very well, so well done, guys. And that's all we've got time for today, so we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and understand more about ordering fractions into the correct order. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you again soon.